Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm KeyLowk and today we're going to be rating the Venomous BLOODBLADE. This build is created by FEXTRALIFE. As always, I'll be going over the pros and cons of this build and giving my opinions on it. If you don't know who FEXTRALIFE is, then I suggest you go check their channel out. That should come up on screen right here. This content creator specializes in making PvE builds for Elden Ring, so if that sounds like your thing, then go drop by their channel and give them a sub, or just stop by and watch some of their content. I'm sure they would appreciate that. Also, if interested, you can purchase ruins, weapons, talismans and armor at aoa.com, and while you're there, use code KeyLowk to get 3% off any purchase. Anyway, if you want to know how I rate the builds I make content on, then it will be in the description section of this video. Also, I don't mean any ill intent or harm to these creators, I just thought that this was a fun idea to bring to life. Anyways, as always, let's get it. One thing I can say is that this build looks really unique. Well, the fungus head part does anyways. Although it looks peculiar, the mushroom top does have a unique ability to it, buffing the user with more attack power when something nearby suffers from a poison or rot status effect. This also means yourself as well. Apart from that, this is not my style, but it is still unique in its own way. The rest of the armor is the scaled armor set, which in my opinion looks visually appealing in my eyes. I love how the armor has scaled like features from the chest plate to the greaves. It looks amazing. The weapons on this build is the Scavenger's Curved Sword plus 25 with the poison affinity on it, and you get this from the Mount Gilmere region. Go to the first Mount Gilmere campsite Side of Grace, then follow up the path. You will see a mad pumpkin head. You can either defeat it or run past it. Go over the stone-like bridge. You will need to kill the grafted scion, and the Scavenger's Curved Sword will be by the cart. The next weapon is the Bandit's Curved Sword, plus 25, with the blood affinity on it. You get this weapon by farming skeletons in the Weeping Peninsula. Go to the Church of Pilgrimage Side of Grace. Turn to the left if facing inside the church, or right if facing the door, and there is a graveyard. Before killing the skeletons, pop a silver pickled foulfoot to boost the discovery of your build, and then kill the skeletons off. If you don't get it on your first try, then go back to the Side of Grace and repeat. Eventually, you will get the Bandit's Curved Sword. With this being said, I am going to give this a 7 out of 10 for drip. Anyways, on to the next one. Let's get it. The starting class for this build is the Confessor. This is also a strength and dexterity build. The Ash of War are Poison Mist and Seppuku. The talismans for this build are the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Millicent's Prosthesis, the Kindred of Rot Exaltation, and lastly, the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. And in the physic, this build is rocking the Thorny Crack tier and the Green Burst Crystal tier. There are no spells, seals or incantations for this build. The level for this build comes to 150 and all stats will show up here. Anyways, that's enough of that. Let's get into the content. So we're just going to check the damage potential without any buffs on. So let's see what we can get. 1k damage is not bad. Not bad at all, to be honest. Yo, that's pretty good. 1300. 2k. That should get him. So here we're just going to test out all the buffs on this build. So let's get into it. So they said to say do Seppuku, then Venomous Mist, then eat a raw meat dumpling. And let's have a see what this baby can do. 1600 with all buffs on? Sheesh! Let's see what we can proc him. Bro, 4k? 4k damage with the combo? With the combo? Sheesh! So we're just going to use the buffs and everything for this build, for this last battle, sorry. So we're going to do the physic, we're going to use the physic. Use Seppuku. We'll wait around till he comes a bit closer. Try to get him to come to us to use Poison Mist. Hopefully we can get him. Yep. I'll just wait around to see what he does. Dodge. Jump R1. Oh, keep dodging, keep dodging, keep dodging. Run R1. We got him with that tap, with the running R1. Let's jump attack again. And that's it. Sheesh. The highlight for this build has to be the ability to proc status effects, and also, for me, it has to be the R1 combo. If you can land all of it, you are going to get serious damage and shred through enemies. The damage for jump R1 is about 1k roughly without the buffs, and with the buffs it's about 1.6k. In my opinion, that is really solid. The playstyle is you're trying to be as aggressive as possible to proc the status effects and trying to finish off your enemies quickly. Just don't get too overconfident or you are going to get hurt. The cons for this build is this build runs out of stamina quickly. Although you do have the green burst crystal tier in the physic to help mitigate that, you would only use the physic really for boss battles, but that's just my opinion on that. Also, I think change out the raw meat dumpling because it instantly poisons you once you use it, and change it out to the rope fetid pot because that also procs the buff for the mushroom crown without you being poisoned. Be wary of using seppuku, as we all know it does take health off you, so that's just something to mention. So with that being said, I am going to give this an 8 out of 10 for PvE, to be honest. Even though this build is simple, it's very effective. Anyways, on to the next one. Let's get it! This build was made for PvE in mind. In saying that, let's get into the content. So with this, we're going to try pull off all the buffs. We're going to pull off seppuku. Then we're going to pull off Poison Mist. And he actually got poisoned. I'm gonna just wait around because I'm running out of stam. Oh, I dodged twice. I shouldn't have done that. We'll ever see what happens here. Oh, GG's. Well, you can see that this does some serious damage here. So let's try win this one with just one sword. Alright, let's go. I'm just missing that. That seems pretty quick. That is too. And it's a rapier. Okay. Nope. 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 GG's. And this one will be just how I really just want to play this build. We'll see how we go. I don't really want to do seppuku because it takes a, in a sense, some energy. So it's like, do I really want to? Do I really want to risk that? Like that? Ooh, that has a bit of a, I don't know, maybe because I ran out of stam. I should just let this play out. As always, we always show the losses. Bro, I'm hitting him. R1, running L1 and L1 combo will be your go-to attacks for this build. The status effect, when procced, gives you a really good advantage, especially the bleed effect. The damage for this build is not bad in PvP either. The dual swords with your pick of poison or bleed is also great for this build. Now for the cons. This build runs out of stamina in PvP. Once my opponents realized this, they would be aggressive to the point where I couldn't really do much, but try to gain back stam. Maybe that was just a me problem? I don't know. Also, the range on the swords were just missing my opponents, which I was pretty sure that I was hitting them. Seppuku, although it was good in PvE, is okay in PvP, but this to me was more of a high risk, high reward thing, considering that it takes off HP when used. This will probably be a decision making thing and up to you to use, but for me, I wouldn't use it in PvP. So with all of that, through my experience with this build, I'm going to give this a 6.5. I'm debating on giving this a 7, but through my own personal experience with this build, the biggest problem was running out of stam for me. Anyways, let's go to the outro. So let's get to the final score for this build so you can make up your own mind if you want to try it out for yourself. For drip, I gave this a 7 out of 10. For PvE, I gave this an 8 out of 10. And for PvP, I gave this a 6.5 out of 10, giving this an overall score of 21.5 out of 30. This build, in my opinion, is a really great build. I enjoyed playing with it. The damage potential of this build is in a class of its own. The fashion for this build is unique, but still fashionable in its own right. The two curved swords are eye-catching, and the build itself is just fun, I guess. Get it? Fungus?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyways, would I play this build again for PvE? Hell yeah, I would. And would I play it again for PvP? Even though I gave it a lower score, I still would play this for PvP. In my opinion, this build is made for beginners to advanced players in the Souls community as well. So let me know in the comments section if you would play this build or not. Anyways, if you like the content, then like and sub to the channel. It would mean a lot to me and really help the channel out. Anyways, everyone have a blessed day or night, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!